watching Let's Chat.
Across the nation, thousands of brides and grooms are making the difficult decision of whether or not they need to postpone their wedding, and this applies to events in general. We are going to answer some of those questions that you might be wondering if you're in this situation. Joining us this morning is Miss Sonia Guffey, the owner and event planner of Mountain Oaks Wedding Chapel and Tearoom. Good morning, Miss Sonia.
Good morning.
All right, I know this is a question that nobody really wants to answer, but how do we know when we have to make this decision right now?
I think it's probably safe to say that if your event is in April or May, I would do it now. I wouldn't wait any longer. If it's in June or July and you're just really attached to that date, I'd come in with a backup plan. I'd talk with your planner or your coordinator as soon as you can and get some of these things filed out, because you'll find that they're on your side. And your flexibility depends on this decision. So the earlier you can do this, the easier it is to establish a new date.
And you've been working with several of your clients for the past couple of weeks on this exact same scenario. What have those conversations looked like between you and your client and between you and other vendors?
We're all just really kind of working together. They're scared. They've got a lot of questions, and we're all going through this for the first time together. So we're all just trying to work together and reschedule what we can. And sometimes your vendors may not be available for that day. So we're just all kind of working together to see who's available and to get all of these rescheduled as quickly as we can.
And that leads me to my next question. So, if we have made that difficult decision that we do need to postpone our event, and and this doesn't apply to just weddings, that's the major ones, but we're also talking about, senior proms, baby showers, anniversary parties, anything, any type of celebration. How do we start that conversation? Nobody wants to call a vendor, call someone you have a contract with and say, guys, we can't make this happen in the next couple weeks.
Well, like I said, immediately as soon as it started happening, my people were calling me and I was trying to reach out to them to let them know that I was here. Although I may not have an answer right away, we're doing the best we can to try and get these things rescheduled. But I do feel sorry for all of these high school seniors and things like that are missing out on so much,
Yeah, I hope that schools, instead of canceling those proms, they reschedule them, even if it's this fall, so they still have that opportunity. What are you seeing as a trend inside the industry? Are you seeing most people just postponing, how far out? Is there a safe distance right now to go ahead and reschedule and replan for, or do we know?
Most people are rescheduling, which is enlightening. So unless they're just really, really, really tied to a date, the chances are if they keep that date, then they're not going to be able to have the loved ones with them.
Right.
So most of the time their parents are elderly or grandparents can't get there or, can't come out. So most people are postponing. So that's not been the problem. But we're just having to scramble to work together to find an open date, because as we push them out, there's already brides that have those dates.
Right.
And so you may have to pick a Friday or a Sunday, and sometimes it may work out a little bit better for you. It may be a little bit cheaper if you choose a different day other than Saturday. And then also you may have the opportunity, say the DJ that you really wanted for your original date was booked for that date. He may be available for the new date.
Very
true. So we're all just working together to try and get all those kinks ironed out.
So I'm hearing be optimistic and be flexible.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
In the meantime, what is something that we can do, as viewers, as clients, as community members, to help businesses like yourself that are, in the event world?
Oh my goodness. The best thing you could do is reschedule it. Don't cancel it. We're all navigating uncharted territory together to keep our businesses afloat. And vendors are incredibly understanding. Things happen. Not always a pandemic like this, but things happen. And so we're on your side, and we're your biggest supporters. So we want to see your wedding happen. So that you need to understand that in some cases you may lose your deposits. And those deposits go to cover cost of work for time and, work that we've already put into you and your wedding day. So you need to check your contracts and things like that for refunds. but we want to see this happen. And so we also want to make sure that if we reschedule, we want to make sure that those vendors are stable enough to be here next year. So if you do, when you do talk with your vendors and things like that, they may encourage you to try and do it in 2020 rather than 2021, because that could be financially devastating for them. I mean, we're just as scared about our businesses as you are about the most important day of your life.
And I think that's why, as you've referenced, it's so important to start those conversations early with your vendors so that it's a win-win situation for both.
Yes.
Real quick, Ms. Sonia, I want to ask about gift certificates. That's something that most vendors have available to some regards, especially right now. Is it beneficial if maybe a bride and groom's family purchases maybe a few gift certificates, and then later on in the rescheduling, that bride and groom can use that towards upgrading their package or adding additional flowers or food?
Absolutely. I don't have a way to do it online for my facility because I'm a very small business, but you can call me. I've got the phone forwarded to my cell phone, and my terminal is here with me. It goes with me everywhere. So yeah, they're more than welcome to call in and place that, and I'll put it in their name, and we can either mail it out to them or keep it on record. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Great. All right, Miss Sonia, thanks so much for joining us this morning. Thank you for answering all of those questions. We hate that this is a conversation we're having to have right now.
Yes, ma'am.
But I appreciate your advice in helping us navigate these tricky waters. We will talk to you again soon. Stay well.
Thank you so much.